Shit, man, another vehicle. I wish the front was faced towards the sun, but, well, it's better than nothing. I mean, considering how bloody rare these are around here, man. Power wagon. I've only ever seen one of these that was actually, like, okay, it wasn't on the road, but it was in the back of a parking lot and it was plated. So, this is the only second one I've ever seen that's actually, like, enjoyed. And that's incredible. One time, I knew a guy one time. He took me to a site near Rigaud, Quebec, and it was just filled with old cars, lots of Model A Fords, and there was a bunch of these power wagons there. And I'm actually wondering, what if this was one of them? It's very possible, because power wagons are not common in this part of the world. What a beautiful, massive machine. You know what would be disappointing is if the guy was to open the hood and find there's a Cummins in there. That would really, like, stop me in my tracks. Like when I saw this GMC fire truck, an original fire truck with the original writing from the city it was from, like early 50s, and then I look under the hood, there was a Cummins motor in there. I couldn't believe it, man. And shows like this, that's not what it's about. These shows are about people who painstakingly make their cars as original and factory correct as possible, which is the way I've always loved them. Don't get me wrong, I like cars that are modified and customs, but this is how I really love classic cars. As original as whoever the hell is playing on that squawk box over there. C'est à vous, hein, monsieur? Oui. Félicitations, monsieur. C'est vraiment là. Last week I went to go see this. Well, I have hundreds and thousands of pieces of vintage automotive advertisements from magazines. Yeah. And there was one that I sold to a friend of mine recently. He's a huge collector. He's actually known in the city because his garage is actually like an antique shop. The whole garage. Yeah. And I mean, he works like it's his work garage. It's his business. And I sold him a 47 Dodge ad, large 2-page ad, which had every Dodge truck model imaginable. The cab over, the pickup, the power wagon. Yeah. And that's what's cool about these, because like the Jeep, they were 4x4. They were for work only. Yep. And they didn't change the design until 60 or something, you know?
68, 69.
Man, even your tires are beautiful, you know?
It's original.
You mean original style?
It's original style,
yeah.
Original tire that the military bi-directional.
So what about the Cummins? Is it modern? Is it old, or?
No, it comes from an old bread truck.
Oh yeah?
That's what they used to use in the old bread truck.
You mean the step van? Yeah. Oh. What's the mileage?
It's probably about, I'd say about 8,000.
Boy, you know, this truck, you know, you look at it and I can't help to myself think, if this thing could talk, the stories it would tell, man. Holy shit. Hey? Seriously. You know, this truck, for all we know, could have worked for the Canadian military on a base somewhere, you know? Hey?
It did, I'm sure.
It probably did.
Yep.
Because like you just said, anybody who knows classic cars, we know when we see a vehicle, hey, so, like, look, I love that monocle, but this is actually a very common car.
Yeah.
Even these 300s, you could find these, but this, bonne chance, you know?
Very rare.
And the red, oh God, I love that red. It's like a lipstick tomato type red. And if you don't mind, sometimes I take a peek underneath if I don't have to get down too low. I like your homemade backup lights here. This is a nice job. Well, you know, it's not 100% original, but the way you did it, it's like basically a tribute. It's, in other words, except for the steering and the motor, you know,
the steering is, because, you know, the other steering is about this big, right? So the old steering is a very big one, and you know, my pot's in the way all the time.
What, your pot?